Hi, my name is Christopher Buh. I am the creator of Scribbleh, and in this video, I'm going to show you how I stream on Twitch using Adobe Character Animator. So here we are inside of Adobe Character Animator. Now, the question that seems to pop up the most is, how do I take this character out of Adobe Character Animator and into my streaming software? Now, there are many ways of doing this, but the best way of doing it is by using something called NDI. So let's check it out. Now, to get NDI onto your computer, you will want to go to newtek.com, click on NDI, select NDI for Adobe Creative Cloud. Scroll down a little bit, find the download button, and here you get a couple of options. Seeing as we're on Windows, we're going to select this. Now simply fill out the form, click below to download Newtek NDI tools for Windows. Depending on what software you use to stream, you may or may not have native NDI support. So if you're like me and use OBS Studio to stream, you will need to install a plugin. Now for OBS, simply go into Forums, click on Resources, OBS Studio Plugins, scroll down a bit and find OBS NDI, Newtek NDI integration into OBS Studio. Click on that, click on Download, and it will bring you to a GitHub page. Here you got a couple of options. You can download the Windows installer, and this is probably the easiest and fastest and most secure way of installing this plugin. But if you're like me and you like to know where your files are, you can also download the zip file, unpack it, and move the files manually to where you installed OBS on your computer. If you were to get stuck on this step, simply scroll down on this page and there's some very helpful installation instructions down here. Once installed, you're good to go. So now that we have NDI installed to our system and the NDI plugin for OBS installed, it is time to connect the two. So what you want to do inside of Character Animator is go down to this little button down here, which says Stream Live when you hover over it. You want to hold down Control and click on it. That opens up the preference panel with the live output selected. You want to make sure that Enable Mercury Transmit is turned on. And underneath Video Device, you should now see Newtek NDI output. If you do not see this option, try to restart Adobe Character Animator and it should pop up. Hit OK, and now the button is blue. That means that Mercury Transmit is enabled. And now, if we go into OBS Studio, we're going to go into Sources. We're going to add a new source. We're going to add an NDI source. I'm going to call this source Scribbleh. I'm going to hit OK. It's going to find Adobe Character Animator. That's good. Hit OK again. And just like that, your character is now inside of OBS Studio. So now that we got our character inside of OBS Studio, you're probably wondering how exactly you're supposed to play the game and control the puppet and read chat and do all of this at the same time. So this is the way I like my setup. I got OBS in the top right. I got Character Animator front and center. I got chat on my left. And when I'm playing the game, so right now I'm playing Starlink Battle for Atlas, if I'm just flying around like this and there's nothing going on, I am free to remove one hand of the controller and activate a trigger. But if I was in the heat of battle and I can't afford to let go of the controller, how do I activate other triggers? Well, I invested in some foot pedals. So if I hold down the left pedal, ha ha ha, he laughs like that. If I hold down the right pedal, he's shocked like that. And if let's say I'm in a battle right now and I want to create a sense of emergency, I can hold down the middle pedal and he starts shaking the controller. And it really does help sell the effect that it is in fact Scribbleh that is playing the game right now and not me. Now, there are multiple ways of activating triggers. I've seen people use iPads, I've seen people use game controllers. There's probably something even smarter out there. I'd say start experimenting, get creative, and have fun with it. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you need any further help, I strongly recommend the Adobe Character Animator forums. I hang out there. A lot of other creative people hang out there as well. It's a good place. And if you want to get in touch with me, follow me on social media, send me a message. I'd be happy to help you out. Happy streaming, everybody.